Hey friends, welcome back. I am excited for the video. It's gonna be a mixture of some gardening, and also I wanted to give you guys an update on my parents' status since the flood, Debbie and everything. They kind of wanted to get on here and just kind of share an update and maybe talk to you guys about how they're doing, their plans going forward and all of that. I am gonna be kind of breaking the video up into a couple parts. So as I mentioned, we're doing some gardening. I'm gonna try it anyway. I've been thinking about doing some raised beds for a while, and it's definitely a different season here in Florida as far as the gardening. I kind of have to like shift my mind because it's not like I was used to in Ohio. And then with being there this summer, you know, seeing my grandma's garden and everyone else's, I was like, oh, I really should just try it and just see what happens. Incidentally, a company called Landguard reached out to me probably a month or two ago at just the right time and wondered if they could send me some of their raised beds to try out. And I decided it was the perfect opportunity. Definitely going to try it. I was looking at, you know, that style of beds anyway. And so I am grateful that they're sponsoring today's video. So I'll kind of take you through the process of, you know, putting them together a little bit and kind of giving my thoughts on it. We are here in zone 9B, and it's definitely something that's more geared towards fall and winter gardening versus summer gardening. So we're gonna give it a try, and I will link all of the information in the description box and hopefully find it interesting. Stay tuned for the last half when I give you guys the update on my parents. Landguard is a brand that sells metal garden beds, and they have a variety of add-ons, different things you can, you know, add to them. Getting them out of the box was pretty easy. They were very well packaged, and, you know, it doesn't take up a lot of room. I know that, you know, a lot of you guys might be going into the off season, but honestly, this is something that would be a great thing to think ahead for next year. They would not take up a lot of storage, and I do know there's a lot of other people gardening that are similar zones to what I am. So their garden beds are 100% non-toxic, eco-friendly, and a lot more durable than wooden beds. Made with a high-quality galvanized stainless steel, which means that it also has a heavy coating of zinc. And that enables it to resist corrosion and to withstand all types of weather. So these will be something that I can use, you know, year after year. We got 3 beds from them. 2 of them are the deep ones. I think they're the 6-foot length, and I think they're 2 foot in height. And then I have one that's like 12 inches by 4 feet or something. I ended up buying another one to put on the other side of my house. The assembly process is pretty easy. There's just some nuts and bolts that screw together, as well as a stabilizer bar that goes between the 2 sides for the deeper beds. You should be able to assemble them with one person, I would say, but it definitely makes it easier if you have 2 people for the deeper ones. The shallow beds are no problem whatsoever. You would not need 2 people. My boys actually assembled one deep one, I think. Nick kind of guided them a little bit, and then they did a more shallow one as well. So, you know, even kids can assemble these. They're pretty easy. The material that they use actually reflects rather than absorbs the heat, which is really good to keep your soil at an ideal temperature. The edges are not sharp, and also they're very easy to transport if you want to carry them around. You could probably just like stand in the middle and pick them up and move them. We don't have a large backyard, and so I had kind of 2 sides to work with. The one side is a little wider, so that's where I'm putting these. And we opted to not put down a mulch or gravel layer, at least for now. It was just, we didn't really want to spend the money. Plus it would have been a lot more labor intensive, and we are in the heat of the summer right now. And it's not pleasant to be outside for very long. And so we decided we'll just do this, and I still made sure there's room to like mow around the beds and everything. Put 3 here, put 2 kind of lengthwise, and then another shorter one at the far end, and I can always add more, because I'm pretty sure I'm probably not going to have enough. Good thing, these are very affordable, and I think that you'll be very impressed with the price and all of that. So I will leave that information in the description box for you. Okay, so this morning we're at Lowe's. I am over here for the 2nd time now, trying to make up my mind what I want to get dirt-wise. But I think I've kind of decided on just a mixture of different things. Soil. need just some stuff that doesn't matter as much for the bottom, like to fill in the cracks and crevices. And then I'm gonna do, I think, a mixture of this stuff and like a compost, some perlite, vermiculite, different things like that. I'm just gonna kind of do a mixture. My friend was kind of telling me she thinks that would work out okay. Kind of looks like it's gonna rain, but it is around 7 in the evening, and I'm gonna get the guys to help me cart the bags in here and see how far it gets us. I don't think it's probably gonna fill them up, but at least it's a start. So I wanted to show you this stabilizing bar that holds the two sides together. It'll help it to keep from collapsing or like the sides pushing out. I'm topping off the top with the raised bed soil. It's a bit more expensive, but it was about the easiest in our situation. I also mixed in some cocoa coir, which you see on the top there that's not broken up yet. I'm just gonna let the rain do its job then. But also added in some vermiculite, perlite, and some black cow compost. And I had a couple bags of mushroom compost that I've kind of distributed, you know, a few bags into each bed. So we shall see. I'm now gonna let the rain, you know, settle it some more, and then we'll see where we're at. I still have a few bags over there, and then I have the other little bed that's over on the other side of the house yet as well. And they look pretty sharp. Now to see if we can actually get things to grow. Lastly, they also sent me some solar lights to add to my garden boxes for at night, which is really cool. So if you'd be in an area where, you know, you have some outdoor lighting and you know you want to check on your beds at night, just add some ambiance and whatnot. These are just really cool. I'm adding them to the sides of a couple of my beds, and it would just be a really fun add-on if you wish to do that. So I'll put those in the description box as well. Here's Mom and Dad's house. Looks pretty forlorn. They took the windows out. So Dad did end up hauling out a lot of stuff with dumpster and trailer and stuff. So this is the current state. When Dallas's were here, they'd taken down the front porch roof, if you remember that. This trailer actually I think still works. The electric seems to work after it kind of dried out. It just feels like a surreal, forlorn house. Ugh. So I wanted to give you guys an update on my parents' status since the flood. It's been a hard road, but I feel like they're just making the best of it, and I'm really proud of them and just am so blessed by, you know, their response to everything. And so with that, I'm gonna go talk to them a little bit, and they're gonna give you a little bit of an update. All right, I am here with Mom and Dad. I know a lot of you know Mom better than you do my dad, but if you have never actually seen my dad, this is my dad, Dwayne. And I guess I know the main question for a lot of you is, you know, how are they doing since the flood and everything? So I'm just gonna ask you guys, how do you feel like you're doing since everything?
Well, they say if life hands you lemons, make lemonade. So that's what we're trying to do, make real good lemonade. This whole experience has so many silver linings in it. It's incredible. Yes, it was tough to lose a lot of belongings, but the outpouring of community, just support from family, friends, churches, people we don't even know, is just astonishing. For sure, going forward, this has taught me a lesson to be more caring for other people who go through disasters like this. I would like to buy a little motor home and hit the road and help people out wherever there's disaster. So we'll see what's ahead. But we had like between 16 and 20 people, homeowners from down here, call us asking if we need a place to stay. And so that's just one example of just tremendous caring attitude of people. It's just been amazing. Just to give you a little recap of what happened with our home, it was an older 50s house. It was stick built. We were getting ready to reno, and I think you saw that through some of Lynn's earlier videos, but we're going to replace the roof, work on a few additions, etc. But so the storm came. We had over 5 feet of water in the house, and it soon was apparent that renovation was not really an option because of age and just the amount of damage that was inside. And so we had insurance on the house, and my insurance company told me to get an estimate of what it would cost if we were to renovate it, just for numbers' sake. And they said I should also include what it would take to actually raise the house up to where it met the code as far as flood stage, which would have meant raising the house up another 3.5 to 4 feet. So renovating the whole house, what it would have taken to do that, plus raising the whole house up to the FEMA code, would have been $480,000. So that was just a no-brainer. It's more wise financially for us to buy a house, and so that's when we started looking around a little bit. And son-in-law Nick, who is a realtor, had this house that he was ready to list, and Lynette and Virginia were over here to do some staging and getting it prepped. And Virginia was over here, and she gave me a call and said, I think you need to come over here and look at this house. So I think it's going to fit our needs very well. Like I said, it just makes a lot more sense at this stage to buy versus build. It's amazing how everything has kind of worked together, and just really, in spite of the disaster, been an amazing experience for us. Okay, I was going to mention that as far as our other property, we're going to keep the lot. I'm waiting on a permit to tear the house down. So over here where we're moving to now, we don't have the space to park like trailers. I have a couple cargo trailers and things like that. So the lot that we have over there is going to be useful for just storage. We're not sure what we're going to do with it. We can keep our options open to build new sometime if we want to, but for now, just use it for storage purposes mostly.
So I'm going to take you inside their house, and they're going to give you a empty home tour. They did keep or purchase a couple of the furnishings from the previous owners, but yeah, I'm going to let Mom kind of give you a little rundown. They're going to do some renovations before they move in, so we'll kind of take you through it.
I also wanted to say thank you to all of you that reached out to us. There were so many of you, and some of you I don't know exactly who to thank, but people sent us things, and I'm getting my Berenstain Bears book collection updated. People have sent me things there. We are just so appreciative of everyone who reached out, and for those that we might not have been able to send a personal thank you. Thank you very much for all your love and support.
All right, Mom, take us through the house.
First off, the kitchen here is going to be demoed. It's an old kitchen, so we're gonna go ahead and do that right away since we're able to stay in our house where we're at right now until early January. And my brother was actually gonna make our kitchen over at the other house, and we had already paid for some of the advanced materials, so we're going to go ahead and do a new kitchen in here, and we've got that thing all planned out. We are moving the refrigerator over to this side and doing like a pantry cabinet on here, refrigerator, and then some open shelves in here so we can still kind of see through. And so this would just have the range and a hood, and of course all this stuff will come out. Popcorn ceilings are leaving, and some can lights, because as you can see, it is a little bit on the dark side in here. This flooring was replaced fairly recently, so we discovered that they actually still carry it at Lowe's. So that's the other thing that we plan to do, is take the tile floors out and match it to this. So we'll have the same flooring all the way throughout. So that was a big plus too. We're excited. It's really nice and spacious. I can see a big table in here. And then of course the living room over here, as well as this nice space back here. We're excited for this. We have the whole back of the house here that can be turned into, we're hoping, an all-season room. See, some of the windows are in bad shape. Wow. So eventually we'll probably turn this, put in new windows and insulate it. It's obviously, it's warm out here in the summertime, but in the wintertime, it should be fine. We can do some extra hangout space back here.
This will be great.
Yes, I see our family puzzle times and whatnot during Christmas. So.
And even you could sleep a couple extra people out here if you need to.
Absolutely. It's bigger than what we had.
It's better built too.
Much better built. It's a block house, and it doesn't appear to be in any threat of a flood. So.
Ironically, we're facing another hurricane.
Yes, we are.
In a day or two. Helene.
So we shall see what happens there. Here's bedroom number 1.
Pretty standard.
Yep. And then here's bedroom number 2.
It's kind of hard to get the whole thing on camera. It's a little tight here, but pretty standard, basic bedroom.
Yep. And then this would be the shared bathroom. And obviously the bathrooms need updating too, but to be honest, I was actually really happy that they need updating, because this is just kind of my cup of tea to do some renovations. So this won't happen right away, but sometime down the road, we'll redo the bathrooms.
There's a nice door here to close off this whole primary suite
area, yep.
Master bedroom area.
And this bathroom is right next to the other one. But
this will be nice and quiet back here.
Yep, a decent size
and this
compared to what we had.
Yes, that looks out to the rest of the house. So it's a fairly typical Florida house.
Yeah,
but I like it. Maybe we'll take you out in the backyard. Oh, it's locked. But I think this area is going to be so nice.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to see here, but a little bit of work to do. Pressure washing, first off. And then I can see a fire pit here or something like that.
These are pavers, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think a good washing will do wonders. That little tree looks dead, and that corner is a little bit overgrown there, so I'm expecting we'll take down some of the smaller stuff. Yeah, lots of work ahead, but hey, that's what we like. We're excited to kind of start a new chapter.
I heard Dad tell Mom the other time we were here, he was like, oh, he's gonna make this into his bird haven.
Back here in the backyard, it looks very appealing to hang some bird feeders and yeah, get some bird activity back here. And just, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Just looks like a good place to attract birds and enjoy birding back here.
Okay, I am done here. It is still really hot. And yes, we are keeping our eye on what will be Hurricane Helene, I believe. This is, I'm trying to think, Tuesday, what is today? Tuesday, around noon. I'll keep you posted if stuff goes a little south here. We're just hoping that it'll be okay. Definitely do not need another hurricane. It looks like this one's going to be moving really fast, but maybe more wind damage, could be more storm surge, stuff like that. I think inland where we are, we're hoping and praying for the best, and we're just hoping it stays out of this area. We're already like 19 to 20 inches over what we normally have rain-wise, so we really don't need it. We're not panicking. We're just kind of doing what we know to do. I'm sorry I didn't get around to actually planting anything, but with the season right now and with all this, you know, rain coming this week especially, I don't want to plant anything yet. It'll just get damaged right away. So follow along if you want to see what happens to my little garden. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I appreciate it so much and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.